All right. Welcome everybody. Welcome, 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 welcome. Good. I'm in Lagos, Nigeria. So good evening, everybody. If you're in Lagos, Nigeria, uh, let me see. Okay, I think my video should come on in later. But I would like you guys to, try to get some of your colleagues to join in so we can work towards a great experience today. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you guys just, if you can hear me, can you signify via an emoji or something like that? Can you signify? Great. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Hmm. That's that. You guys, I need you to engage. I really, really would need you guys to engage because we're going to be doing very serious things. So if you don't engage, it would be all very serious. Okay. From time to time, it will be fine for you to. From time to time, it will be fine for you to unmute your mic. All right. Just let's just interact because we're going to be doing serious things, and it will be very dry if everybody's just muted and all of that. So I'm going to play music for 3 minutes, and I want you guys to invite your colleagues to come in. Okay. I want to believe that I have your commitment to doing that. Okay. So here you go.
Yeah. Yeah. Bum, bum, bum. Burn you a furnace, fire you fire. Trigger me nicely, it's all I see. Yeah, it's been a minute, still you're not tired. Boy, I still taking good care of me. Are you not the one? Are you not the one who craves my indulgence and loves me regardless? Are you not the one? Are you not the one who holds me so delicate? I'm your priority. By me, why? Ele achou ele amor, timbali quintão, todo se encher for me. By me, why? Ele achou ele amor, timbali quintão. One, yeah, let's go. La la, la la. One more time, go. Some more time, go. Extraordinarily, exponentially. That's how you erase me from the mind. Oh, yeah, see what you're doing. Look how I'm feeling. Your fire, they burn on me, inside of me. Are you not the one? Are you not the one? Who's my indulgence that loves me regardless? Are you not the one? Are you not the one? Holds me so delicate, I'm your priority. Can you sing it when me here by me? Why? Yeah, I sure will have Timbani can go, don't say shame for me. Timbani can go, don't say shame. Yeah, I sure will have Timbani can go, don't say shame. Don't say shame for me. That sure will have more. That sure will have more. Yeah, sure. Timbani can go, don't say shame. Just the bass, just the bass. La la. Oh yeah, sing it. One more time for me. So, oh yeah, na na na. Yeah. Oh yeah, give me one time, say la la. Oh yeah, guess it. La la, yeah. La la la, la 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 la. Oh yeah, shit. La yeah, man. La 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 la. Williamo, il est à chou, Williamo.
Okay, hi everybody. It's really good to be here. I'm really glad to be having this session with you all today. Uh, and I just want to, I just want to, I'm rest assured that we're gonna have a good time. Okay, we're gonna have a good time. Just learning from each other today and learning some more details. You know, some more project management details. Okay, so just for context, I'm going to introduce myself, then I would like to hear from you guys. So while I'm introducing myself, please I would like to meet you guys. Just introduce yourselves in the chat. Okay. My name is Micah. All right. Like you guys know already, I currently work at you know I currently, well, let me see, I'm going to describe myself. I mean, starting from what I do, right? I'm a program manager, right? I'm a program manager at an EdTech organization, Old School Africa, currently. All right, and I also do programs management for quite a number of organizations currently, including fintech, NGOs, and in the development industry. Right, I've been doing project management for quite a bit. All right, and it's always a huge pleasure for me to contribute, to learning, contribute to the development of other people that would like to become project managers. Right. So before we get started, I would like to really hear from you guys. You guys are very quiet. This is not my vibe. I really don't like this. What is, let me see. Who do we have in the class? Who do we have in the audience today? I know we spent quite a lot of time, but it's very important that we do this, okay? I need to be able to know who I'm speaking to. So I'd like to call a couple of persons. Let me start by calling the first person on my screen here, Abina Amankwa. I know I murdered your name. Please forgive me, but I'd like you to speak up. Just tell us very briefly about yourself. 10 seconds. Abina. Abina Amankwa. Then let's have Blessing Oluebube.
Hi, Coach. Good evening.
Hi.
Please, this is Abna Mankwa.
Okay. What do you do? What do you do? How was the program been for you? Maybe those two questions or something fun about you if you want to make it fun.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for having me. My name is Ruth. I'm Mankwa Bequin. I'm Ghanaian and into event marketing and management. I do client relations as well. And then I
Awesome.
also do, yes, a little bit of social media as well.
Okay, nice. So let me ask you something, Ruth. So of all the courses you've done, how do you see, like, how would you rank project management's relevance to what you do as a job?
It's been an advantage for me in the sense that as an event manager
Yeah,
or an event person, it's usually within the same processes where I have to delegate tasks. I have to come up with campaigns or come up with proposals for a client's maybe activation or a particular task that is supposed to
right.
be done. And since I'm the one leading the project, then I have to be able to delegate tasks to people and give them or supervise in a way how it's going to be done, and
Right.
also be able to section them into different aspects team meetings, making sure, and all the processes involved, making sure that at the end of the day, the client is happy with what is being done before the final execution.
Mm. Awesome, 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 awesome. I'm glad that project management is actually something that makes sense for you. Thanks for sharing that.
Thank
Blessing,
you so much.
blessing all
Hello,
over
good
you.
evening. Can you hear me?
Hi. Yes, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay, so my name is Blessing Okafo. That's my surname. Okay, so thank you so much for the class. The teachings was amazing. I have like I'm more of I've been doing project management, but not necessarily. How will I put it? I I would
You've been doing
say
project
like
management for how long and in what industry?
okay, so more of the digital aspect that's helping people come online. So I'm a digital marketer, and then
Okay,
I was in a digital marketing agency. I was a chief operating officer. So
awesome.
I've been doing project management even without knowing I was doing project management.
Mm.
Really.
Yeah,
So yeah, so the training more like opened my eyes to like the strategic things to do better and the guidelines and how it works, like more like the structure and the system and everything. So
hmm,
that's like what made it very interesting for me. And yeah, so I think like you did a very great job and thanks to Sam Light. So yeah, so another interesting thing about me is that okay, I'm more of like what would I call it now? People usually say that I do a lot of things. I do plenty things because I'm a digital marketer, I'm a social media marketer as well also. And then I also like help clients create content, shoot videos and all that. So basically I love going out a lot. So maybe that's
good.
why I am with that too. So
That's
yeah,
good.
thank you.
That's very good. Thank you for sharing that. Is there any guy that wants to help us break the tie? Any brother that wants to help us break the tie? I see some names that look like brother kind of names. Godwin.
Hi, coach. Hello,
Hi.
everyone. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, my name is Innocent Godwin. Um, I'm more of like a freelancer. Yeah, so I think this
Freelancing
for
in what?
me,
What are you feeling? What are you freelancing?
in this data analysis actually. So this for me is like a starting point kind of in my
Okay.
freelancing journey. So I'm happy to be part of this
Very good.
program.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good. That's really nice to know. That's nice to know. That's nice to know. So I think I can assume that if fair, I can assume that I have a fair idea of people that I have in the room. So most of you guys have jobs that you're doing already and you manage projects from time to time, right? But I would like to know if is there anyone here that is really pertinent on becoming a project manager as a title or a product manager or a program manager. Although you can't become a program manager without being a project manager because project management is managing one project, from start to finish. Program management is managing multiple projects, multiple related projects, at the same time. So anybody looking to become a project manager, anybody.
Sure, coach. I think I would want to be.
Godwin, okay, nice, thank you. Any other person? Interesting. Nobody is
I
ready. Victoria, okay,
yeah, I think
okay,
I would
okay,
want to get
okay.
now.
What industry are you looking at, Victoria?
Wow. Okay. Now I
I
recall
put you on the spot,
in the
right?
lesson, yeah, on
Sorry.
the lesson you mentioned health not being a bit strict, needing actual results or actual figures. You can't speculate. So I'm actually in the health industry.
Okay.
Um,
pharmacist. But I work currently now as a supply chain manager. That's why I have this
Sorry, what industry
interest.
again?
Is that
What industry again? Sorry.
health?
Health. Okay, great, great, great,
Yeah.
great.
So um, being a supply chain manager, I'm interested in project management because I tend to handle projects that can span for 3 months, some can span 1 week, 3 days, and we're done with the next project and we're on to another project. So I'm always working on projects, I would say that.
Right.
So I would want to
But your
get a
current
career in.
title is not project management, right?
Yes, my current title is not project, but I want to go into it. Yeah.
Awesome. That's very good. That's very good. Uh, generally, just as we get start to get into the serious things, project management, I would say it's a rewarding career, right? I was speaking to someone that is a protege earlier this morning, and she was sharing. So this person got a job, right? Got a job, as a project manager. She literally just finished training, right? And she got a job, and the advice I gave to her, right? Because she felt like, oh, I just learned to, I didn't know I was going to get a job and all of that. And what she told me was, she was like, oh, okay, I don't know if I'm ready, like that, and I just told her, see, the reality is, if I'm going to tell you, right, if I'm going to give you a project management career advice, one thing I'm going to tell you is project managers are very adaptable people, right? You are someone that, you are open to thinking very quickly on your feet. I don't know what's wrong with my light. That is blocking the way my face is looking. I mean, just at some point. But yeah, anyways, like I was saying, right, project managers are just people that you are able to take responsibility, right? You want to take the end-to-end responsibility of whatever happens. So you are the central hub and central resource for everybody and everything. Do you understand? So you want to be the guy that uh, empowers other people, right? You want to be the guy that empowers other people, enables them to do their best work, right? While things and ensure that things keep moving. So you want to think about it. Oh, am I sure that I can be a project manager? The question I'm going to ask you is: are you adaptable? Right? Average Nigerian, average Nigerian or average African is adaptable. Averagely, or it's even it's adaptability in the world that we live today. There's did I mention this in the videos? VUCA, VUCA. Do you guys remember if I mentioned that? Anybody remember something like that? VUCA. I didn't mention it, right? Okay. So VUCA is a term that was coined, by some very interesting and smart person to describe the kind of world that we currently live in, right? The V stands for, so it's VUCA. So V stands for volatility. We live in a world that is very volatile, right? We live in high volatile environments currently, right? And you need to be able to respond to it, right? Because technically you don't know what decision or who is going to get elected into office that's going to change some things about your life, right? The U stands for uncertainty, right? Long gone are the days where when you're applying for a job, or where you get to be asked, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Even the organization asking you, they don't know where they are going to be in 5 years, right? I'm telling you the honest truth. It's a dry joke, but it's the reality. Uncertainty, right? Then C is complex, right? C is complex. The world is no longer a world where you it's no longer a world where you just step in to say, oh, I'm going to go to school, I'm going to apply for a job, and I'm going to get a job, and I'm going to live a simple life. To be honest, I mean, not as a bad thing, not as a not like I'm saying something negative, but there's a very high chance that that's not gonna happen, right? The complexities, different things happen, right? So then the final A is ambiguity. And ambiguity means another word for ambiguity can be bogus, right? Where something is quite I'm trying to say where something is ambiguous. Let me look for a better way to describe ambiguity. Yeah, exactly. So ambiguity is something that doesn't have, one obvious meaning or obvious direction, just put in different directions, and that's the world we live in. So, uh, either as a professional or as a human being trying to survive in the 21st century, or trying to make the best of your life, right? You would need to always have a project management cap, right? Just always thinking, how do I get this done? How do I make this happen? How do I, if you apply the some of the frameworks that I shared with you. Number one, if you apply the concept of stakeholders into your life, you can already pick who are my primary stakeholders, who are my secondary stakeholders, right? If you apply things like scope, right, project scope, you can think about, okay, what's the scope of this, right? If I adjust this time, if like what I'm supposed to do now, if I don't do it now, this is going to be affected, right? Just think about it. If you're in Nigeria, for example, if you were supposed to build a house 2 years ago and you didn't build it, and you moved it to 2025, right? Of course the dollar has increased quite astronomically. So what you're experiencing is you're experiencing not a scope creep but a time creep. Oh, sorry, a budget creep, because your budget has now been expanded. Do you get what I'm saying? So those are just some things that I guess I just wanted to start a class like that, just to let you know the importance of just being a project manager, even as a human, right? Just thinking about it, right? When you think about it like that, it helps you put different things, in in perspective, right? That, oh, I'm building this for this, I'm creating this situation, I'm creating this solution for these scenarios. Okay. These are my stakeholders. If I don't inform this person, if I don't consult this person, if I don't if this person that is, I spoke about the RACI matrix, right? Responsible, accountable, consultant, informed. So if I don't tell this person, if I don't keep this person accountable, I'm not going to be able to achieve that certification I want to write. So that is just a way to, just have to think that this, like, just generally, right, before you get into a job. But for people that want to do project management as a job, or that you want to have it as a job title, or for people that, like Ruth, who is, an event planner. An event planner pretty much the project manager, to be honest, right? Because literally you're managing stakeholders. Your vendors are your stakeholders. uh like, you're just at the center of making things happen. So for people like that, right, I wish you the very best, really, because I won't say it's a rewarding journey, right? It's a very rewarding experience, right? It's a very rewarding experience when you see the, how do I put this now? When you see the results, right, of, what you made happen. Do you understand? When you see, in a case, it may be customer satisfaction, it may be, budgets. Yeah, I see Ruth thumbing into that. Thanks for responding. So at the end of the day, it just makes sense, right? That because of you, because of your quick thinking, because of your adaptability, because of your present mindedness, a lot of people, because of your efficient planning, time management, stakeholder management, because of your great communication, different people are gaining extreme value from what you have done. Okay, so that is all about that. I'm going to get us started very quickly. I'm going to run you through what we're going to cover today, and from there we're going to run very, 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 very quickly, right? I'm going to skip some things because you guys did not join the class early, and I know that we have 8 o'clock as a time stop, but we may need to exceed by maybe 10 minutes I think we started at almost 8:17 thereabout. Sorry, 7:17 WAT. So this is what I had planned today. A day in life of project manager, time management. I was going to look at case studies and just scenarios, for all of these four bottom four, areas. Okay. Then I was going to do a demo, but let's see how many demos we can do before it's 8:15 p.m. West African time here. All right, so I'm going to move us to watching the video on a day in the life of a project manager by Nick's Projects. I think you're going to find a lot of value here. So while we're doing this, I would really like you all to pay attention, drop notes, share comments, add like share comments. I'll be looking at the chats, right? So I'll be expecting your comments. Yeah, just I'll be expecting your comments on the chat. Okay, thank you guys.
Hey guys, sorry I'm late. I know the last call, it just ran over. It always does. Do you think it really happened? By the way, these photos, it's not a team, just photos of a team meeting. Hope you enjoyed that teaser. If this is your first time visiting this channel, my name is Nikhil. I am a PMP and CSM certified project manager, and this channel is the size and the complexity of the project, but in general, as a project manager, this is what I go through on a daily basis. So pre-pandemic, I used to get up between 6 and 6:30 in the morning, have my breakfast and head out from home between 7 and 7:30. It's a 20-minute drive for me to work, so typically I aim to be in the office 5 to 10 minutes before 8 a.m. Generally, the morning time are typically busy with team meetings, mainly because we have a global team, and only time where we can get Europe, Asia, and US team all available at the same time is between 8 and 11 a.m. Eastern. We have that 3-hour window in the morning, so I try to finish up all the global team calls within that window. If it is a status meeting, then we go through the project progress, discuss any issues the team is facing with, and how to help with those issues, any action item that need to be followed upon, etc. Once the calls are done, as a project manager, I organize the meeting minutes, action items, update the issues and risk on the shared folder. Then I send a note to different project team with the links and the documents attached, because everybody is busy and working on multiple things. So as a project manager, it is critical for you to organize everything for the team. Otherwise, things can get slipped away pretty easily. By around 1 p.m., I should be done with all that, and then we go for a 30-minute lunch with the colleagues downstairs to the cafeteria. Post lunch, typically I can now focus on my deliverables as a PM. Some days it could be a detailed management presentations or update to a detailed project plan. Creating work instruction documents and training are some other activities that I would have to spend my time on. But 70 to 80% of the time it is spent coordinating multiple activities for different projects via email, call, chat, one-on-one face-to-face meetings, etc. If it's a month end, then there could be additional meetings I need to get prepared for, such as the monthly project review, steering committee review, financial tracking, and reporting. And these all go to higher leadership, so I have to be careful and pay extra attention.
Hi everyone, my name is Babs. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. So this is, what is it, Nick's Projects. And today we're going to show you an overview of...
Howdy! Here's an official video of Suresh leaving.
It's hard to see from so
Is this
far.
for PPM Director Part 2?
Typically, I'll be done between 5 and 6 p.m. on a regular day. Then I head back home and relax. No more work or looking for emails or work phone after 5 p.m. This is just a general typical day in a life of a project manager, but depending on the project and issues that comes up, and things might change quickly depending on what the issue is. If you are interested in project management and would like to know very in-depth detail, I have put together a online course that covers everything from top to bottom and all the tools that we use in detail. If that is something you're looking for, then I'll put the link in the description. You can check it out. It is packed with a lot of information, hands-on training, how to use the tools, how we break down the planning, how we estimate, all that details. So it is hard to explain that here as a typical day in a life, because it just happens on that particular day or a week where we have planning workshop, then we have to go through all those items. So that is all covered in the course. If you are interested, then I would highly encourage you check it out. I also have a special discount code for the YouTube viewers, so you can apply that during the checkout. So now with the pandemic schedule, things are slightly different. Now we have 3 days for work from office and 2 days work from home policy. So the days when I work from office, it's same as the pre-pandemic. But when I have to get back and work from home for the 2 days, things are slightly different. Typically when I work from home, I get up between 7 and 7:30, freshen up, eat breakfast and get ready for the work by 8 a.m. depending on the calls for that day. If there is not much for that day, then I will take a coffee break after 9 a.m. Look at some things that I need to pay attention. The hardest part working from home for me is that there is no cutoff period for lunch, tea or anything. You're continuously working until almost 7 in the evening. I don't know if it's just me or not. Typically when you work from home, you have an intent to show others that you are working and available all the time, even though you might be just available online, but you're not really working. Sometimes I take the laptop to the lunchroom while eating lunch. When I think about it, there is no need to do that, because when I'm at work, I just lock my computer, go downstairs, have chat with my colleagues, eat lunch and focus on that part. And when I come back, if there is email or calls, then I'll take care of that after I come back from lunch. But working from home, things are different. Oh, it's not important? Okay. All right, then you take care. Bye. Yeah. The folder name, it's called important. Inside that, do not disturb during lunch. Yeah, that folder. Yeah, thanks. Unless it is a project kickoff or planning workshop, a typical day would look something like this. Planning 10%, hosting a meeting 20%, email and responding to emails 20%, ad hoc calls 30%, documentation such as meeting notes, PowerPoint presentations, follow-up, escalations 10%. Training another 10%, and this can vary between day to day depending on how the projects are going. Sometimes if the projects are not going well, then there'll be more things to do, but in general this is how things work. And majority of the time we work on emails, PowerPoint, Excel and things like that. And as a project manager, you're constantly communicating up or downstream. Upstream communications are to leadership to get approvals, make some decisions, get some questions clarified, and downstream communications are collecting feedback and status from your team and flowing down the upstream communication back to the downstream teams. So a critical part of the day is spent on communication, whether through email, phone or meetings. That is what we do as project manager to make sure everything is working properly. There are teams who are working on the actual task, but as a PM, you have to support them to complete their work. So whatever it takes to organize and plan for the team, that's where majority I spend my time on, and most of the project managers as well. Alright guys, so that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. At least it made some sense of what we do as a project manager on a daily basis. I know it's at a very high level, but it is hard to go in depth, as you know, every day is going to be different. But this is a typical day looks like, and the percentages that I explained is how a typical day goes by. All right, so I'll see you in the next one. Take care and
Okay, thank you very much to those that are engaging my video and made me know that I didn't waste my time sharing that video with you. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. I don't know why you guys are very chilled though, but is this how you guys used to do? Right? Okay. Let's go. Let me see. Just as we go, right? What would you say, is something that you picked from what Nick shared? What is something that you'd say you picked from what he shared? Anybody, if you like to unmute the mic, give it to us in 2 minutes. Sorry, 1 minute. Don't have that much time. Anybody, 1 minute, give it to us. You want to share with us what you picked from what is shared about the life of an average project manager in a day? Nobody. Wow. Okay, I'm just going to sum it up to say that it's similar to what I spoke about. Godwin, you want to speak?
Yes, from what I picked.
Please go ahead.
All right, good evening, everyone,
Thank
once
you very
again.
much. Good evening.
From the clip we just watch, I would want to say the the life of a project manager is quite detailed and timed, so to speak, because
Right.
at every point in time there is something that is scheduled to be done by the project manager. And secondly, I would agree with the project manager that working from home it makes you work more, because those little chatting with colleagues are actually truly, when you work remotely, you tend to start early and finish late. These are the little contribution I have to say. Thank you.
Awesome. Let's see. Thank you very much for sharing that. Rebecca, do you want to give us 30 seconds?
Okay, good evening, coach. Good evening, everyone. So, one of the things that stood out for me is he emphasized on communication. Like, communication is very, very important in project management because
Mm,
the job is intertwined. You need everybody to get the final result. It's not a one man thing.
mhm.
So, just there's so much emphasis on communication and teamwork. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations and that. So let's go. Thank you very much for that. So I'm just gonna run us through. So starting from bullet point 3 here. So time management and prioritization, right? I'm going like I said, I'll just run through these things. So it's very important, I know you've heard about time management. You most likely have heard about it quite a number of times, but for project managers, it's a different ball game, right? And this is what I mean. See, it's indeed a different ball game. Like once again, it's indeed a different ball game, right? And this is what I mean. You see, for a project manager, right? You are the center of, you can crash the entire team, right? If you're not on top of things, right? If you're not on top of things, if you don't get your plans right, if you don't prioritize well. Now there's some prioritization frameworks. I mentioned it during the call, so you want to, refer to some of those things. Moscow, Moscow prioritization framework. There is Kano, yeah. So Moscow, Kano, there are some others. I think I mentioned Moscow and Kano during the call, during the video, in the video. So you want to just refer to those things, right? It's a way for you to say, okay, I have, I have, I have. So when I wake up in the morning, right, I'm going to pray. I'm going to, I'm going to maybe read my Bible. I'm going to brush my teeth. I'm going to take my bath. I'm going to, put on my laptop. I'm going to check my messages. I'm going to, of course, put on new clothes. I'm going to Uh, what else? What else do you do when you wake up in the morning? What else? What else do you do? I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember. What else do you do when you wake up in the morning? Anybody? 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 What else do you do when you wake up in the morning?
And sometimes exercise.
Exercise. Good. Good. Perfect. So now let's think about it. All of these things that I've said, right? They are very important things, and they are things that should be done definitely. They are all things that should be done. However, the question is, do you know that if if I don't plan very well, I can crash my entire day by doing it wrongly. If I do it in the wrong lineup. Let me give an example. So let's say I wake up in the morning and I take my bath immediately, which sounds like, it doesn't sound like a bad thing to do, right? Taking my bath early in the morning doesn't sound like a bad thing to do, right? Then after I finish taking my bath, then I start to exercise, right? You know what happens when you exercise? You sweat. So what I need to do is I need to go back to take my bath. I don't know. Some people may not have an issue with this, but anyways, I would have just thought that, okay, when you wake up in the morning, exercise, of course, brush your teeth, exercise, then when you're done, just take your bath, get into your day. Do you get what I'm saying? So I just put that to say that it's very important for project managers to prioritize very well, right? Let me give another example. Let's think of an event manager, right? An event manager who is managing a wedding ceremony or planning a wedding ceremony. So let's say that the wedding is supposed to hold on Friday or Saturday, all right, and the decorators have not come to decorate it all. So the event manager, right, because you feel like, oh, of course, part of your checklist is to bring the couple to inspect the hall. So you bring the couple to inspect the hall before the decorators come, right? Or before a lot of things have been set up. What would happen is that you are going to throw the couple in panic mode. You are going to make them anxious. They keep calling you. Oh, has this been done? Has this been done? Has this been done? Has this been done? So that also brings me to the importance of communication, knowing how to communicate, knowing when to restrict information that you share. Um, do you understand what I'm saying, right? For different stakeholders and different levels, from time to time you need to ensure that you need to ensure that you know the importance of passing the right information at the right time. Do you get it? Because I dare say that 60% of your work as a project manager or as a successful project manager is communication. You are communicating to everybody, right? However, everybody, but different kinds of communication. Do you understand? If you're managing, if you're managing, if you're managing the development of a or the construction of a borehole in a local community, what you're going to do there, the communication you'll be giving the sponsors of the project is different from the communication you'll be giving the users of the product of the project. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I segued into that, but I'm just going to come back to time management, right? Time management, like you guys are aware, is one of the project management constraints where we have scope, budget, and time. Scope, budget, and time. Scope, budget, and time. That's the project management. That's the project management's triangle, right? If you are learning project management anyway, if they don't teach you that, just run away. Okay. So that is the project management triangle. You just really want to be familiar with that. Your time is as important as what you're doing, right? You are asked to do you're asked to plan a proposal, right? You need to know the kind of proposal, right? When you understand the scope, then you say, okay, this is how long it will take me to plan this. This is how long. Maybe you need to buy the things you're going to use for decoration, or if you're trying to plan to build a property, right? This is how long it will take me. So you put a realistic time, and for other some project managers, you put a buffer, right, just to make time for challenges and issues that arise within the project. Okay, I hope that makes sense, right? So final part that is to in that is to prioritize. I can't really stress it enough. You just need to be able to say that there is a framework. I'm trying to remember what we call it now. It's a prioritization to yeah, prioritization matrix, correct. So let me try to quickly show you guys on the screen. Yeah, we use it more in um are we together, guys? So far, are we together? You guys are really very gentle, right? I think it's because Godwin, thank you very much. I think it's because we've really been, yeah, it's SNOR decision matrix, correct? That's the accurate word, yeah. SNOR decision matrix. I think it's because maybe this is your last course, so you guys, your energy is not as much. But your energy needs to be much on during the presentation, or else you guys, I'm going to mark you down, eh? Let me tell you. But I'm not going to mark you down. I want you guys to succeed. That was just a joke. So just bring your energy. Whoever is going to present for your team needs to bring the energy, right? You need to convince us to believe that your project is the best of the best of the best of the best. So I'm trying to get this up now. Oh, see, whatever you see on my screen, there's a very interesting photo viewer that I downloaded recently, and it's been very. I'm currently using a Windows, right? So, but anyways, so let's go. Yeah, you need to bring. If you don't bring your energy, the energy that Olomachi used to come to my DM, bring it. So yeah, this is just a prioritization, very easy prioritization framework. So the SNOR decision matrix, very clear. So anything that is urgent and important. So when you have a list of 10 things to do, think about it. Is this thing urgent and is it also important at the same time? Right? Because some things can be urgent and not important. So for example, give me an example of something that is urgent and not important. Uh yeah, great. So let me say I'm trying to so when I get to the office, right? When I get to the office, when I so I get to the office, on a Tuesday, I go to the office on Tuesdays, and I'm trying to, I mean, there's one of my colleagues that just came back from leave, right? Maternity leave, right? Yeah, I think it's maternity, but it's maternal leave. So maternity or maternal leave, sorry. And I would like to extend my good wishes to her. So it's urgent, right? It's of course, so sorry, that is important, but it's not urgent. Do you get? So it's important, but it's not urgent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to schedule a time to do it. Do you get? That is what falls here. And you need to be able to make sense of things here. You need to be able to prioritize using this. Right? So it's important, but it's not urgent. Right? I'm trying to get an example of something that is urgent but not important. Let's say there's an email, right? There's an email that I need to send to someone that just that is just an FYI, someone that I just need to keep abreast of some things that is going on, things that is currently going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delegate it to my associates, maybe one of my associates. Hey, I want you to do this for me, okay? Please just let me send this email, like that. Tell the person this, tell the person that, and I move to it, and I move on from it. Do you understand? So, but if I have things that are not urgent and they are not important, delete it. What falls into this place? I'm happy to say I'm happy to say social media, but I'm happy to say social media falls into not urgent and not important. But social media is important, but sometimes most times it's not urgent, right? For most people. I mean, yeah. So I hope you get with that narrative that I painted. Okay, so Godwin is really participating. Thank you very much, Godwin, for participating on this call. Right, if I'm to give an award for the most active learner on this call, I'll give you. So collaboration with developers, designers, and marketers, right? What this pretty much just means is stakeholder communication, stakeholder collaboration, right? You're managing a project, you find yourself where you need to manage a project. One of the things that you want to first of all determine is you want to determine who are your stakeholders, who are the important people in this mix, who are the people that can mess up your work, who are the people that you need to get approval from, who are the people that are important of essence to the success of this project. All right. Challenges and best practices in remote project management. I think this was supposed to be digital project management. So challenges and best practices. First, one of the challenges is all these things I've said before, just flip it, all right, to the other side. Communication, right? See, when you're working digitally, right? When you're working from home, right? There's a temptation to relax. There's a temptation to, just because you are not seeing people in person, right? That's why some people prefer physical meetings because you're not seeing people in person. You have a time. There's a possibility that you miss out on sharing crucial information, right? That's why seems for me I work mostly remotely, and my days are pretty much very filled with meetings, like very few, even up this Saturday. But I think this is like second meeting I'm having because it's Saturday, and I'm intentionally making it like that. So I literally have another meeting at 8 o'clock, but I need to just extend, before I join in. So it's very important that you take note of it, right? That although I'm not, think about it. Construction, if you're managing a construction project, you are right there to watch what the engineer is doing, what the construction, what the bricklayers are doing, what the painter is doing, what the plumber is doing, what the tilers are doing, what the electricians are installing, all of those things. You're right there. But when you're managing a project digitally, right, you can have that challenge where your stakeholders are saying that, oh, we don't have enough information, or you're not communicating enough, or you need to collaborate in real time. Do you get? If you're on a site, if you are managing a wedding ceremony, you can be right there and say, hey, you get out of there. Do you understand what I'm saying? But digitally, right? Maybe somebody has sent an email and you just see it. Oh, that's not how you should have sent it. Or this is not this stakeholder does not need this level of detail, right? So that is the primary challenge, in digital project management that you want to be aware of. There are quite a lot of it, right? But for the sake of time, networking and career growth, I think I'm going to talk about this as the last thing. So let's do a few demos, right? Let's do a few demos. Maybe not a few demos, but let's see. Let's see how many we can do. I'm going to start with ClickUp, but let me see. Let me just test the room. If you've used Google Documents, Google Sheets, PowerPoint, I'm sorry, Google Slides to collaborate or to work on a document this year, can you signify? I'd like to see your hand raised, please. Not thumbs up, hands raised. I'd like to count. Okay. So I want to assume that not a lot of people, right? Not a lot of people. Okay, great. You can put your hands down. So I'm gonna try to make it the second thing that I do, right? Okay. Some people are just raising their. I'm sorry, guys. Don't worry. I just need to come back to it. So let's get this rolling. Let's get it rolling. Let's get it rolling. Let's get it rolling. So this is ClickUp, right? ClickUp is a project management tool, right? It's a project management tool that you need. I think is one of the best in the market right now. I'll be very honest with you. very easy to use, very modern, right? So I don't have an account on this email, so I'm just gonna sign up. They have a very interesting approach to it. Do I have an account? I'm not sure. If you have a question, you can unmute your mic to share. But if not, if you are raising your hand for the question I asked, don't worry about it. Okay. So I'm just gonna sign up. Yeah. What's happening? Is this internet? Is this internet? Internet.
Sorry, coach.
Someone has a
Can you
question?
repeat the question?
Sorry.
Can you
Hello.
can you repeat the question really good? Oh, you were okay.
Oh no, I've moved on from it. The question was if you have used Google Documents, right? If you have used Google Documents before, right? Google Doc, Google Slides, any of those things,
Oh,
that's
okay.
what I was asking. Right, yeah. Okay, you know what, guys? Let me move to Google Documents, okay? Right. I don't know if we'll be able to do click up. It's actually up now. I don't know why it took so long, actually. Let me come back to it. So this is it. I'm just gonna try to. All right, so I'm setting it up, right? Can you guys see my screen? You guys are following me, right? All right, so one of the benefits, one of the advantages of using ClickUp over other tools pretty much is ClickUp gives you it gives you a lot of like you have a lot of modern features, right? It is very intuitive and very interactive. You can get notified, right? When a task is assigned to you, you can easily get notified. So I would like someone to speak up, right? Because I would like to select, just work with somebody. Let me see. Let me call someone in the class. Sandrine. Sandrine of Victoria. I'd like to hear from you guys. Sandrine of Victoria. Sandrine of Victoria. Sandrine Aivo or Victoria Igwe. I'd like to hear from one of the both of you. I'm waiting, guys. Doesn't mean you guys were not here.
I don't coach. You want to hear?
Victoria. Okay. All right, great. So let's go. So I just want you to help me answer some questions, right? So out of this, which of these industries do you think we should go with? Marketing operations for personal use, software, HR, professional services, creating, design, startup. Which of this?
HR and recruiting.
Awesome. You're an HR person.
Nope.
Okay. So Reddit, I think you guys can see I'm your colleague, fellow project my colleague. What's your email address?
Me?
Yes.
Igwevic@gmail.com. IGWEHVIC@gmail.
Okay, anybody else wants to add their email? Let me get like two people in the chat quickly. So I can add you to my team on ClickUp. So this is one of the benefits of having a project management tool. So just invite every of your team members to your team on ClickUp. So when you get there, right, you can assign tasks to people just like you're gonna see what I'll do very soon. So I'll say, hey, go and get us 7 million naira, and I'll tell the other person to go and give us. Yeah, please mute your mic. Please mute your mic. Please mute your microphone. The emails are enough. The emails are enough. Anyone after me, it's okay. Please mute your mic. Oh, who is that? All right, thank you very much. Let me see. Mary, think let me take Ruth. I think that's it. So, which of these tools? Any other person wants to help me? Come on, please speak up, speak up, speak up very quickly. Our time is fast, fast, fast.
Notion.
Sorry.
Notion.
Okay, Notion. Notion. We're actually supposed to do a demo of Notion, but for time's sake, let's go. Notion. Which other two?
Slack.
Trello. Trello is a project management, is a task management tool actually, not a project management tool. Any other tool? Let's add Excel, let's add Slack, let's add Figma for IT project managers, right? Let's add Basecamp is not necessary here. Can I Google Drive? Right, let's move. So you just need to determine what you want to use. Which features are you interested in trying first? Ask AI, guys. Embrace AI. I really thought we were going to be able to get into AI. I actually thought the meeting was 2 hours, but yeah, here we are. So Wiki, I'm going to even select everything because I love all the features. I need all the features, right? But automation, CRM, I don't need CRM actually. Dashboard, scheduling, forms, charts, docs, Kanban. Yeah. Who remembers what Kanban is? So what do I call this? SDST workspace. Who remembers what Kanban is? I talked about it in our learning videos, guys. I know that you guys did not forget. You guys are just booting. So do you guys see this? I know that the first thing when you see it is a lot, right? You see it looks like a lot, right? And it could look like it, but it's very simple. Also, it's because of all the things that we selected. That's why this could have looked a lot simpler. And I like the black thing. Does it look fine to you? Does it look interesting to you? Like the black thing. So let me try. So this is, I mean, we're just gonna use a few things here. So let me say I want to. So this is list. Can you see list here? So okay, let me just try. Let's do this demo this way because I'm really pressed for time. I know we're really pressed for time rather. So let's look at this. This is a dashboard, right, of everything going on in your project. You have a project, see my project here, start with project 2, right? I have project 1, right? I can switch to project 1. This is going to change the dashboard. Do you get? This is what I have on project 1. Project 1 is a project where I'm building. What are we doing in this project? Anybody give us a project that we should do? Anybody? Let me say plan SDST. Plan SDST 2026, I think. I don't, yeah, plan SDST 2026. So to plan SDST 2026, what are the things I need to do? I need to create a list of to-dos. So what is my first task here? Right? Develop a program curriculum. Okay, so it's on that to do. And who am I assigning to do it? Can you see assignees? I'm going to assign Godwin. I'm going to assign, by the way, all the people that I added, they should have gotten an email to join the team. I'm going to assign, I just assigned 2 people to do it. And I'm going to assign the date that they're supposed to deliver the project. So let me give them to the 4th of June. Okay, and I'm going to add a time. Okay, so no, the period. So that was the start date. They should start on the 4th of June and end on so I'm giving them 30 days to do it, right? And yeah, 30 days to do it, and they need to turn it in by, so they start by, let me give them by 11 in the morning, and they have to turn it in by 10 p.m. on later, I mean, nothing later than 7 p.m. So priority, I'm going to put the priority. This is urgent, right? And pretty much. So that, I think that is that actually. All these things are things that we can really talk about, but time estimate is just a way that we can track the time, that they need to use in doing it, right? So tags, right? Tags is, I don't know, let's not get into this. Tags is the way you can tag activities, the way you can group, so you can group activities into, oh, learning related activities. You can group it into experience related activities, for example, for something like this, or for things like, for a project like a wedding, you can group it into maybe food, right? You can say food. It's all these activities are around food. You can, so the task under it could be get a get the table decorations. You can add another task to print the food menu. You can add another task to share the brief with the food servers. Just different things, like that's what tags are. Okay. So then you can add the description. Okay. You can add description here. You can add description of the product here. You can add subtask here. These are things that you can really do. Okay. I mean, I wish it's not even something I can share everything with you at once. Okay. It's not something I can share all with you at once, right? Something that you get to learn, you get to do it. The more you do, the better you get. Do you understand? So that is that saved, right? People that are added, have you seen it? Do you guys notice that now this is here? This is, can you see that this is now added on my task to do list? So I can also add a second task here. What other task should I add here? Uh Brief the facilitators. So brief the facilitators, and I can only do that after. That is where relationships come in. This relationship here, I can only do that. I know. I just want to believe that I have not lost you guys. If you are with me, can you signify in the chat, please? If you are with me, can you signify in the chat? Signify in the chat, please. Someone's hand is raised. If you have questions, please go ahead. Just unmute your mic and let's have you. If you have questions, please let me know. Okay, so this is actually, I want this to, I mean, this meeting is just going to be a day, so right. So I'm just going to leave it like that. All right. So relationship is here. So what this means is, so do you see what relationships is here? So this add relationship link task. So the former task that I did, right, where I said develop program plan. If I want to brief the facilitators, I need to use the program plan to brief them that, oh, facilitators, this is what we're doing. This is how long the program is going to run for. This will be your involvement. This will be your engagement. This will be how we want you to contribute to the success of the program. So that's what I'm going to link here, right? So this waiting on, right? When someone can come here to update, say waiting on approval from the CEO, waiting for approval from the founder. Do you get what I'm saying? So, but relationship, we can also to use it to link to, oh, when you are done, let's say the task was supposed to be research, right? Like the first task, link the doc, right? You can do that. Okay. So I think that is that, right? There are a lot of features. See all these things here, they are features, right? You can track when you come here, you can track the time that you are spending on this thing. Do you get? So when you start, so I don't, you can just select a task here, one of these tasks, you can just select it and click play. So once you start measuring it, then you go and start working on the task. When you are done, come back here to click stop time. So it will tell you how long you used in working on that project. Do you get? Because there are some project managers that would want that want to track the productivity of their team members. So they do things like that. Tell them, okay, before you start a project, go to the project management to track how long you spent on this project. Do you understand? So that is that. There are a lot more features, like you can see that that makes ClickUp really a very great product to use. So let me show you something here. So this is a view. So you see Let me see. It's showing a to do view. Uh, okay. So do you see that I have a task here showing on my calendar on this Gantt view? Plan SDST is currently at 0%. Do you see? Do you understand? So that's really how it works. So many views depending on how you want to, how you want to see it. So this is May. I have things. I should have some things to do in June. Do you see? So those things that I added on the list, I can see them at a glance here. Do you get what I'm saying? So it makes sense to me as a project manager. This is a project manager view, right? For some of you guys, you may not see all of the things I'm saying, right? I can, well, you should actually, because I have not disabled anything. So I can decide that, oh, I want you to be able to see only your own task. I don't want you to be able to see what other people are doing, and I can make it very open to everybody to see what everyone is doing, right? So I see some people tells me that they are right here with me. Thank you very much to those that are responding to me. Someone says they can't see my screen. Is that correct? Anna, you couldn't see my screen for how long? For how long is my screen showing? Can you guys see my screen? Okay, great. I see someone says they can see my screen. Very good. All right, so I think that makes sense, right? I want to believe that that makes sense. There's just a lot to do, but what I want to encourage everyone to do is just set up ClickUp, right? Just come try almost all the tools here. Look at how it works. Think of use cases. Think of use cases. Think of possible scenarios where where you need to use where you need to use ClickUp, right? Where you need to use, the different features that are available here. Let me show you this. You see dashboard. So I can create a dashboard that doesn't show task, right? Do you see? So these are paid ones, right? A dashboard that doesn't show task, right? A dashboard that is such that let me see team space. I want to create a demo. Let me see if they still allow us to do that. Okay. So yeah, you notice that this is a dashboard. Do you see how this looks? So I can decide that I want to give access to, do you see share? I want to give access to a certain number of people, right? Maybe the CEO or the board of the company, that, or if I'm working on maybe planning a wedding, for example, that's for Ruth, right? I put all the tasks here and I'm telling you that, okay, this is where we are. These are the things that we currently have. This is AI that summarizes for me. The SDST workspace team is currently working on planning for SDST 2026 with key tasks including build the facilitator and these are the two tasks we added, right? Do you understand? So it just tells you the things that we are doing, all right? Do you see? So here it shows the two tasks that is assigned to each person. Do you see? Most of the tasks is unassigned. These tasks assigned to Mary, assigned to Godwin. Do you see what I'm saying? I think it's showing Godwin like this because Godwin has not created an account. I think Mary has. That's why it has Mary's first and last name. So open task by assigning. So you see, it just shows you things that are open that needs to be done. All right. So I just want you guys to see how this makes sense for your project management journey, right? And your experience. Someone says 10 minutes. 10 minutes what? Anna. Oh, you said you were not seeing my screen for close to 10 minutes. So sorry about that. I think it was network, Abby. Oh, did that happen to other people? Did that happen to other people? Sorry about that, Anna. Did that happen to other people? Okay, so I think that is that really. I think that is that. I really wish I could show a lot more, but let's see. I'll try to slot some time in, depending on what your project presentations look like, to continue on the presentation calls. Okay. I'll try to slot some time in during those calls. We're gonna have two calls next week, so I want to encourage everybody to please try to join. Right, try to join even if your team is not presenting, because I would have sessions. I would look for a block of time there where I could use to teach something, right? Teach and possibly complete. You can't still see my screen now, Anna. So sorry. I think it's network, right? So I'll try to look for some bouts of some minutes to, you know, to bouts of some minutes to, what am I trying to say? To complete the demo, right? To complete the other demo. Let's see. All right. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everybody. All right. I hope you guys learned one or two, and I hope that this Chinkava, you have a question, please go ahead. Olomachi, you have a question?
Okay, first of all, I want to say thank you. And then again, I don't know if you can actually explain to us what is required of us for that of the project, especially the team project. Yeah. I remember when we did digital marketing, when our tasks were being given to us, like I think maybe we didn't know what to do. Then till Coach Ruth explained to us, at least
When?
he kind of
In what project? What project? Can you take that again? You said you didn't know what to do. Is it project management you're talking about?
wait, I said when we did digital marketing, that was with Coach Ruth.
Okay.
She gave out our projects, both individual project and team project. It seems like maybe we didn't know what to do. It seems it was a whole lot until she kind of explained. Yeah, no, it was given. The explanation was given in the mail, but it's quite difficult to comprehend. I don't know. I think maybe it's better when you actually explain. We listen to you directly. I think it's much better, please.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Other people, other people feel like that as well, right? Let me do that. Let me do that. Give me a moment. Show me the color, exponential. I'm almost there. Oh, open the wrong document. I'm trying to look for where your project is, to be honest. Okay, I got it. All right, can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can see it. We can see your screen.
Okay, great. So let's start from. So this is the goal, right? There's an organization that has a challenge, right? They have a problem that they are trying to solve, right? And the problem is on onboarding new employees. So when they hire new employees, the employees complain of the employees complain they struggle for this, right? They struggle for these three things. So as project managers, what you're doing now is you're redesigning the system. So what I'm asking you to do is think about it, that what should a good onboarding process look like? Think about something that the so think of I don't know, think about something that the organization currently have, right? What they currently do. You can describe something that is not very great for them, then you look at its solution. Then you propose a solution. Now, one of the things I'm going to grade you on is your in-depth thinking, right, and your research. So I want to someone reached out to me asking me about one of the terminologies I used here, right, and it have been easier for me to explain, but it is better for me to actually train you on how to conduct research. So you want to read online. How do we design how do we design a proper onboarding process? Check a couple of I'm going to also appreciate if you put references, right, to how you came up with the solutions, right. I'm going to really appreciate if you do that. So you just want to think about all of this, right. I'm going to grade you on this, right. I want to see what everybody did, right. I want to see who is presenting. I want to see the energy. I want to see that you know what you're talking about. So this is it. Someone gets a job, right, and they say, oh, I had issues. I didn't really like how they onboarded me. I felt it was not very organized and all of that. Then someone else also said the same thing. Someone else also said the same thing, right. So you guys are coming in as a team of consultants to say, oh, okay, let's stop this from happening. This is how we are going to approach it going forward. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that is the approach. Do you guys understand what I'm saying, by the way? uh Shin Shinkata, does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah.
Yes. It does, very convincingly does, Abby. Everybody, it does, right?
Uh, so to an extent, but not like 100%, but to an extent.
What other areas are you trying to still understand? What other areas?
Okay. Can you hear me?
Anybody? Okay. Yeah, please go
Okay,
ahead.
let's say now we talked about identifying the challenges. And then again, in the project, let's say in the mails that was sent out, look at where they put something like flow charts. You have to represent those things. Maybe like the challenges to how do they really affect it. Maybe you have to put like a flow chart representation. I don't really get what you mean by that place.
Okay. I'm not going to do this assignment for you, but I'm going to show you again. So, because I want you guys to come very prepared, all right? So, let's look at this. So, this is what I'm expecting you guys to do. Maybe this is the part. This is the part you're talking about, Abby, where you asked to do a process flow chart. Is this what you're saying? Hello?
Coach, please, we can't hear you.
Yeah, that's the
Okay, is
person
this what?
talking about.
All right, great. So, let's say, what are you trying? So, you asked about flow charts. This is what I expect you guys to do. So, design a flow chart. So do you see already? Lucid Chat. This is actually one of the I think I mentioned it. Yeah, you see Lucid Chat. Miro is very easy to use, right? FigJam is also an alternative. So the point is that I know that this it's the program we didn't have a lot of time to really put a lot of do a lot of these things, but they are tools that are easy to use, right? There are tools that are easy to use, and I want you guys to try your hands on them. That's why I'm saying you should use it. You should do it. So these are the three things I'm expecting from you. So your project report, 3 to 5 pages, telling me that okay, this is what you're going to be presenting, right? This is what you'll be presenting, but you are going to submit these things. So you present this process flow chart. Okay, yeah. So this process flow chart, of course, this is it. This is what you are designing here. Because by the time you are this is the presentation you are making. So you are using this is the new onboarding process flow that you are using this process flow chart to design. Do you get it? So yeah, so your all these things that you wrote in your reports, it would reflect in the presentation that you are making, directly or indirectly. Do you understand? I think the only parts that could be quite difficult for you guys here would be, maybe not difficult, just something that you haven't really tried before, is using these tools. And the earlier you start, the better, right? It's very simple. Do you get? When you check on, I still don't want to show you, but let me just show you a sample on employee onboarding flow. So this is a sample, right? So you see all these different employee onboarding flows, right? Then you then decide what you want to do. I think that's all I'm going to say. If so, I don't go and do the. I want you guys to think about this and just be original with it, okay? Someone is in my DM.
All right, thank you. I think right now you're second coach Ruth, so thank you very much.
So can you take that again?
I say thank you. This is helpful. Thank you. You're our second coach Ruth right now. Thank you.
Really? Why? What do you mean? Coach Ruth, in a positive or a negative way?
Yeah, in a positive way. She tries as much as possible to always
Anyways,
explain things in a way you can actually understand this. She do try in that aspect, explaining things, basically breaking it down in a way you can actually find easy to comprehend. So thank you.
awesome. That's very good to know. Thank you. Thank you for the good words. All right. It's time to call it a wrap for today. Thank you very much, guys. I hope you guys had a great time learning one or two things. Thank you, guys. Have a great evening, everybody. Bye.
Hello, coach. Hello, coach.
Yeah, what's up?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Coach, please, my network was dropping me down, and sorry I didn't introduce myself to you. I am Yusuf Amin,
Okay.
and I'm from Ghana. Uh, Actually, I am a student for University of Ghana, and I'm purchasing public administration, and I'm having vision to be part of the non-organizational, non-government organization, and a lot of other companies around. And I'll still need your support. This one, I mean, like personal assistant. I'll still need your support. So I don't know if I can reach you after the meeting.
Yeah, you can reach out, but why not engage with your team? What do you think?
My network was dropping me. That's why I'm just said.
So what I'm saying is, what about if you, because uh the to be honest, if you ask me about the assignment, I may not be able to provide a lot more context more than what I've shared, because more than, if I do anything more than what I've shared now, it would mean already telling you how we should do the assignment, right? And
No,
it
what I
will
mean is
be
that
right.
I'm not specifically asking of the assignment or the project work.
Okay.
I said personal assistant. I still need a lot of assist from you. So I don't
No
know,
worries.
maybe if.
Just reach out. Just reach out. Just text me. Let's see what we can do.
Okay, I'll text you. Thank you very much, coach.
All right. You're welcome. Take care. All right. Bye, everyone.